People love eggs or you hate eggs. I hate eggs. So you're judged a lot by the way you cook eggs. The hats that chefs wear, right? The big toque, they have 100 slits because there's 100 ways to use an egg, right? It's craziness. You know, dude, all my chef friends all the time. You saw the way you cooked that egg? You burned that egg. It's always something, right? So I have this thing about it. I had to work omelet stations, nervous, anxiety, you know. I'm 22, like all the white hairs have because I work in omelet stations. When it comes to scrambled eggs, a lot of people get confused how it's done. And there's a lot of ways to do it. This is just one, so don't, you know, there's a ton of ways. This is just one of the simple ones. It's one I know, it's one I do. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna get our eggs. What I'm trying to do is make things a little bit easier, where you're kind of like, hey man, you know what, I could do that. Hey, I understand that, you know? So like, a lot of things you'll say like 1 egg per person. Have you ever cooked 1 egg? 1 egg yields like this much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack our eggs. A lot of people like to do the corner, right? What happens? It falls on the floor, there's shell everywhere, right? So the best thing to do is something flat, right? Knock it like that. Put your big thumbs in there. Bam, 1. I'm gonna do 3 just because I'm a big dude. See? 2. See, and then like, we do this, right? We put them back in there. We always put the eggshells back in there like that, right? For some reason. Or maybe it's just me. And then my wife I get an earful. Why is there empty eggs in there? I don't know. Makes sense to me. And I always tell myself, you know what? I want to make cascarones. Do I? Nah. I look at them, I'm like, oh, gross. Can't throw them away. But anyway, that's a different story. So we got our eggs. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to it. The dandruff salt, I call it. That. And then you can add whatever. You want to add black pepper to it. You know what? People always want to add different stuff. You know? Yeah, that's right. I'm putting it in my eggs. Just a little bit. Right? Because we're not using pepper, so instead of using pepper, we're going to use that to add a little flavor. And then all we're going to do is I want to make sure these are all well together like this. You can always add milk if you want a little bit richer. But so we got our eggs like this, right? Okay. And then we're going to come on with me. Come on with me while we walk over here. Okay. So then what we're gonna do is, it's real important that when we cook eggs, we start off cold, right? People wanna start off hot, throw their stuff in there, what happens? Ah, it's burned, right? What smells in the house? All that happens, right? Pa, pa, pa. Something I learned when I was young. Do not ever cook bacon and eggs with a shirt off. I burned half a nipple off, it's a crazy story. Anyway, back to where I was at. So what we do is, we're gonna start our thingy here. Right? And we want to start off low. Like right there. You see it? Okay. We put our fancy pan in there. And then I like to throw a little piece of butter. Ugh. Notice I'm using this weird spatula to make eggs. You can use whatever, but I'm gonna show you how good I am with this spatula that was passed down from the 70s, I guess. Okay. So we throw our butter in there. Right? And what I'm doing with this butter, it does 2 things for me. It tells me when my pan's getting kind of warm, and it's kind of coating the pan. So when I get, see, look, you can see already going, right? Yeah, so I use butter in the beginning just because I like buttered eggs. I love the flavor of it, and it helps a little bit, you know, with the coating of the pan. You know, so what I like to do is throw the butter in a little bit. Once I see like it's bubbling just a little bit, that the pan's getting warmed, then I throw my eggs in. See? And then a big thing is I like to do this. When it comes to eggs, people like eggs all different kinds of way, right? They're kind of the same way, you know, people like their steaks, same way people like men and women. We like them loose, we like them tight, we like them runny. It depends on what you like, right? So what we're doing here is, I like big curds. I say curds, not something else. Okay, so all I'm doing is pushing, you see? Pushing, pushing. Nothing fancy. I'm not being aggressive. I could be aggressive. But you know what? I'm not making crazy eggs. You see? And if you notice, these eggs, they're coming out fluffy, right? And I'm doing that at such a slow temperature that nothing's getting scorched, nothing's getting burnt, right? And it's kind of like enjoying making these eggs. And like I said before, like, it's up to you if you like eggs that are runny, you like eggs that are dry. You know, there's no right or wrong. Me, myself, I like eggs that are kind of on the wet side still. I just feel like there's more flavor still to it. I push the eggs away from me, big curds, and that's it. You know, a lot of people like smaller curds, you know, whatever floats your boat, you know. But we're in Texas and bigger is better. Right? Okay. See, now, see, look, some people would say, look, you look right here, baby will be all, but Tatu, it's so wet, look at that. You're gonna get sick. Nah, I eat raw meat, baby. Okay, so then we're done. See how easy that was? And that's with the cold one. So we come back to our little bowl right here. You see, look, it's just 3 eggs. Simple. If you look at them, the curds are big, right? It's fluffy, and it literally took me like 3 minutes. Look at that, míralo. Eggs for ways. When I used to work at a hotel, they used to make me work the omelet station, and I would be super nervous because making an omelet drives you insane. Anyone that's ever worked an omelet station knows what I mean. All right, so I used to work at a hotel, a big hotel in San Antonio downtown, and we had to work omelet stations, and they would have like all the managers come and work the omelet station. And what I would do is our head chef, he would have to work it too. And I would hate when they would make us make egg white omelets, right? Because they would come up and, can I get an egg white omelet? I'm like, oh. And I'm like, okay, with no fat, you're all, right, because that's the kiss of death. It's impossible. Sorry, and as it is, I already have a thing about making omelets, regular omelets. So what I would do is I always hide my egg whites. I would always point to my chef, wherever he was. Hey, that big guy over there, he makes the best white omelets. So they go and ask him all the time. You know, it's funny because then afterwards, he would always say, did anyone get a lot of white omelets? I'm like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, chef. You know, that's, you know, I can say it now because I don't work there anymore. You know, it was me the whole time. You just scrambled eggs right here, and like you saw, you could do whatever, but slow is the way to cook eggs. If you do over easy, anything like that, the same thing, slow is the best. And like you saw from my pan, I really didn't get anything, nothing really got stuck on it, you know, just because I had introduced the fat from the butter. And it could be also that this is an egg pan that has all that stuff too, so win-win.